Okay, people, let's get real. This is Beyond the Horizon. I am your host, Tabea Zoe. I want to discuss with you rebel energy. Rebel energy won't get you there. It won't get you where you want to go. It will only get you up until the point where the opposition is right in front of you, the limit that you fight against is right in front of you, and you won't go any further. Rebellious energy has a lot of fire, a lot of power. It can initiate other people as well to light up with you, to burn with you, but it also burns out very quickly. It is not sustainable. When you first become aware of a limit, of something that upsets you, that you are annoyed with, that disturbs you in your reality, of course, the rebel is ignited. You want to rebel up against that thing. You want to fight against it. And that is a good thing, and it can be very productive. It can be productive if you understand that you hold the power to move even beyond that limit, to move even beyond that reality. But as long as you stay in that rebellious energy, you stay annoyed, you stay upset, you stay in opposition to the limit. And as long as you perceive yourself in opposition, separated from that thing, from that aspect, from that cultural narrative, from that system, from that structure, from that limit, as long as you perceive yourself in opposition, you also perceive yourself as victim to that limit. You perceive yourself as contained within that structure. And as long as you stay in that rebellious energy, people that you talk with will tell you, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, that's how things are. What are you going to do about it? You need to shift your focus. As long as you fight against something, you are limited by the thing that you fight against. You need to shift your focus onto the realm beyond that limit. You need to shift your focus onto something that it is worth of fighting for. When you are in opposition to something, you could be in opposition to anything. So many people get hooked in this rebellious energy of being against. There's so much fire in it. You feel the passion and you suddenly feel your power. You suddenly feel the power that your feminine polarity holds, your emotions, your values, the energy that is radiating out of you into all directions. Chaos. The feminine movement of energy is the diversion. It is the energy that bursts out into all directions. It needs the masculine polarity. It needs some form of either containment or direction. When you first feel your rebellious energy coming out, your fire, your feminine fire, you feel the edge as a limit, the containment that you are within as a limit because your feminine polarity wants to move and expand beyond that. But to go over that edge, that masculine containment, it needs the masculine direction. And then it can expand even further. And as long as you perceive yourself as a victim to masculine containment, you perceive your own masculine polarity as an opposition to your feminine. And this is the separation that you need to overcome. This is the illusion that you need to overcome. You hold both within. You hold both feminine and masculine within. And the masculine containment, in its essence, is not something that limits you, but something that holds you. If there is a masculine containment, a system, a structure, a cultural narrative, a limiting belief, whatever it is, something that contains you, something that holds you within that old reality, that your feminine passion, purpose, drive, your feminine emotion, your feminine radiance is pushing up against. If it is a limit, it is because you have outgrown it. But not because containment in general is something that limits you. One of the most important shifts is overcoming the illusion of separation between feminine and masculine polarity. And then you need to understand that you hold the power and the agency to envision something else, something beyond the realms of this current reality, something different, and that you are also the one that holds the power to create it. It is within your power, your control, your influence to step into that next evolution. And this is what is needed for us right now, especially as women, to come into a new paradigm, to come into a new reality, to evolve in consciousness. We see so many great women, brilliant women that get stuck in the rebel archetype. And when you are in opposition to something, when you fight against something, you can fight against anything. And you start to be in opposition to so many things. And I see women shifting their focus onto something else to fight against. And who do they fight against? Other women. Those that aren't as free. Those who aren't as far along on their spiritual journey or their journey of self-development. Those that are still playing the nice girl, the good girl. Those who still play by the rules. You have your focus wrong. You are creating more and more separation. As long as you are in opposition, as long as you stay a rebel, you still create separation within yourself, between you and other people, between you and the world, and you give up your power. You play the victim. Rebel energy won't get you there. It will only get you up until the point where you are right in front of the limit, where you are right at the breaking point, at the edge of this current reality. Up until this point, it is a supportive energy, but then it needs to change. When we think about movements in general, rebellion will get the first people started, those that are upset, that are annoyed, that are disturbed. But then you get up until a point where you have moved a couple of people, where a couple of people are with you. The energy is radiating out so much fire, so much feminine power. Where is it supposed to go? Where is it leading? And people will ask you, what are you going to do about it? Well, that's how the world works. That's how it is. What are you going to do about it? You cannot fight the system from within the system. You need to grow beyond. You need to evolve beyond. You need to give people from your movement something else to envision, something to go into, something to leap into. When people say, what are you going to do about it? This is my vision. This is where we are headed. This is where we are going. This will not end here. This will not end here. The rebel as an archetype is a pretty immature archetype. When we start evolving in our feminine polarity, we are always moving in these phases of integrating feminine, integrating masculine, integrating feminine, integrating masculine, until we come into a point where we are able to shift in between energies fluidly. When we start out on a journey, most women start out with the realization that your feminine energy has been used in service to the masculine energy. Your empathy was only valued when it was supporting other people and when you were pleasing other people. Your creativity is in service for a greater vision of someone else. Your radiance, your brilliance is only valued when it fits into a pretty tiny little box that fits into the system, that fits into the culture, that fits into the expectations that are placed on you. What a good, nice little girl. To step out of that, there are 2 ways that most women take: to go into the muse or to go into the rebel. That's why I'm saying it is immature. It is like the first step in maturing into a woman that holds both her feminine and her masculine polarity in harmony. The muse tries to escape the containment, the rebel tries to fight against it. But both still relate to the containment as something separate from them. The muse, in a productive way, will start to develop a relationship to life, to a greater force that supports them, that goes beyond the containment, beyond the structure, the system, the culture, the expectation. And the rebel, in a productive way, will understand that there are inner limits that she can overcome, that she can create freedom and break out of the structure by going within and changing from within. The muse will start to create, but it will still be a momentary burst of inspiration that allows her to tap into her creative power. And both the breaking out of limits from within, the inner reflection, the understanding of your inner world that the rebel is capable of, and the creative force that the muse unleashes are what drives you up until the edge. And then you need your creative force and your ability to tap into your own truth to leap beyond the limit. And then you become a bridge between realms, a bridge that holds both feminine and masculine polarity. You start to bridge realms for ideas to be manifested in your reality, for wisdom to be channeled through, for souls to enter this world. You grow into the creator, the sage, and the mother. And when you evolve even beyond that, you grow into the crone. The crone holds the wisdom of all 6 archetypes and is able to shift forms in between them constantly. She is comfortable with the masculine and the feminine, and she doesn't split them up anymore. She has learned to integrate them into a dance between polarity. If you want to dive deeper into this wisdom, there are courses in the Creative Waters Way where you learn exactly that, how the feminine and the masculine polarity interact as you evolve, and how you evolve through different archetypes of feminine expression. We are already at the breaking point. I would say that we are already beyond, that we have already broken out of the limit. But we need to let go of that rebel energy. We need to shift our focus. We see the world crumbling, and we need to shift our focus onto the vision of the future that we actually desire. If we stay too long in this energy of the rebel, upset, annoyed, disturbed, we will take that opposition, that energy that is fighting against, and turn it onto anything. If you are in opposition to one thing, you could be in opposition to anything. If you are fighting against something, you will be fighting against anything. We need to shift our focus. We need to fight for something. We could take it slow. We have already grown more into the mother. We see more and more sages and creators, women coming forward in their feminine energy who have integrated their masculine polarity. But I think we can also jump. We can leap ahead, and we can really anchor into the crone right now. We can become crones to be the leading force for those who are growing more slowly. We can be the crones who guide this evolution in feminine polarity. We need to be the anchors and the bridges for what is about to come. Rebel energy won't get you there. Something else is needed. this is it for me for today. If you want to dive deeper into this world, as I have mentioned, there is the Creative Waters Way. There are 2 courses that I want to recommend. One is about feminine evolution. It is called The Shell. And another one is about inner union between feminine and masculine polarity, and it is called The Infinite Ocean and Its Horizon. Those are the 2 courses that you want to dive deeper into if you feel like this is the thing that you need to learn, what we talked about right now. The Creative Waters Way is currently reopening, so depending on when you are listening, you might have to join the waitlist, and I will invite you to enter the Creative Waters Way when it opens up again, or you can jump right in. The Creative Waters Way is really the place where you learn to master energetics and live in alignment with your natural stream of energy. Comment, leave me a review. I would love to hear from you. And until then, until the next episode, bye.